Well, welcome to the Hamilton County Coaches Show. I'm Perry Williams, and alongside of me today is Donna Buckley, the Noblesville Girls Basketball Coach. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Coach, it's been an up and down year.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year. A lot of injuries and things to kind of derail us a little bit, but like I said, we're working. We're getting there.
You know, and that's the one thing about it is, the one thing that athletics does teach you, is life sort of like this, and you have your ups and downs, and some years you don't have anybody gets injured, and then you'll hit a year where you got a lot of injuries and a lot of different things that happen to you.
Absolutely. This has been the most injuries I've ever had, probably in my career combined. We have 3 ACL injuries, and I don't think I've had that ever combined, but as you said, you learn life lessons, and that's what sports is about. So much of it is overcoming obstacles and figuring out how to handle adversity, and that's something we've talked a lot about with our kids. It's like, so at the end of the day, I mean, I love sports and I want to win. Like, it kills me to lose, but like I said, you're also trying to think big picture and help kids to understand how to use the lessons that you learn, good and bad, to take it into real life.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, this Saturday you have a 1:30 game, okay, as Westfield Shamrocks are coming to the mill. Let's talk a little bit about this game, and of course it's a Hoosier Crossroad Conference game, which is very, very important for everyone, because this is a great conference and we got a lot of great teams in it. But kind of talk a little bit about Westfield and what you probably some of the things that concern you a little bit.
Well, everything about Westfield's concerning. Jenny does a great job, and as always, they'll be physical. They're always extremely physical and play great defense. I'll probably see a lot of man-to-man, and like I said, they just do things the right way. They're very fundamentally sound, very well coached. They have a lot of talent. Like I said, Shipley leads them in scoring with 11 a game, and then Crockett, the freshman, who's really good, is averaging just over 10 a game. And then after that, like, they have 4 or 5 kids that are somewhere between 6 and 8 points. So they're really balanced. Like I said, they do things very, very well on both ends of the floor. We will have to play really well and take care of the basketball, and like I said, shoot well and do some things to give ourselves a chance.
In the conversation with Jenny Smith yesterday, she was saying it was really great. She does have some talented freshmen, but she also says she has some talented seniors that are good leaders, and a couple of juniors that play quite a few minutes. So it's a good mix to bring on to be able to bring those freshmen up a little bit slower than maybe you want.
I mean, Crockett's awesome. Like, she could, if she had to, she could jump right in it and be that kid. But yeah, with Shipley and those other kids around her, it's nice to, like I said, know that you have those older kids that you can balance it all, and they've done that really well. They've really, like I said, blended youth and experience very well.
And the one thing about it, and we talked about this many times, you and I, but the one thing about Crockett, coming in as a freshman, her entire career before her freshman year, she was playing players her age or maybe 1 year older, okay? Now when you're thrust into varsity competition, you're playing gals that have matured, okay, and 3 or 4 years older, so you always got to keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, I mean, a year ago at this time, she's trying out for 8th grade basketball. And, you're playing West Middle School, or you're playing, what are the Carmel Middle Schools, and now you're playing, big time teams with D1 kids, and it's a big jump. But like I said, she's done a great job and really adjusted well to it.
Yeah, she's got to see people like Lawrence Central and Mount Vernon and Carmel, and then that that brutal section there of Carmel, Zionsville, and Avon, back to back games. Those are things that teach you real quick.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's, I mean, anytime you talk about our conference and our schedule, like I said, if you come in as a freshman, you better be really good, because you do, like, you right away, you're thrown into a lot of just incredible talent. Like I said, Avon's got 3 D1 kids, and HSE's loaded with D1 kids. You can't take a night off or think, okay, I'm going to ease myself in. You got to be ready to go. So again, that's a testament to how good that kid is.
Yeah, and the one thing that I, with injuries and everything and how your season is gone, normally I've never had to come and ask you what your starting lineup is, because you pretty well are pat when you get your lineup set. You pretty well stick with them. But this year, with the injuries and different things that you've had to move players around and do this, do that, it's been a little bit different. Let's talk about the Millers this year. As far as the two seniors, they're doing their job, in my opinion. They're, you know, they're both doing a good job.
Absolutely, yeah, they've been great. Those two, like I said, they have to carry a lot of the load for us, offensively especially, and they've both been outstanding. They like I said, every night they're looking to score for us or create for others, and like I said, it's a lot to handle, and they're playing probably 32 minutes most nights, and you know, they're being good leaders and just trying to do things the right way for us. And like I said, I absolutely love what they've done, like I said, throughout the season. Let's
talk a little bit about your some of your younger players. You know, of the games that I've seen so far this year, your two sophomores have, you know, every time I see them, they're a little bit better, which is what you want.
Absolutely. And, you know, we talked a little bit yesterday. I feel bad. They've really been kind of thrown to the wolves. Like, hey, let's go, kids. You kind of got to do some things. And you know, they're both really coachable and have really stepped in. And like I said, Emily Wood is, like, she's a nice long athlete that can play in the post and get us a little bit of an inside presence and get a nice little hook shot that, like I said, she throws out for us a few times a game. And Mallory Miller, like I said, she's definitely one of those kids who's feisty and competitive, and I love that. And like I said, she brings that to the floor, especially on the defensive end. Like I said, you know, and we've played box and one, triangle and two, and she's a kid who'll go out and chase anybody you ask her to do. And like, you know, McKenna Mundy also has had to step in. Like I said, she's a big-time soccer kid who has really brought that just again work ethic to the, you know, basketball floor and done a nice job for us. And like I said, we really, like I said, the sophomore group has done a great job of everything in basketball. And like kind of, like I said, just being thrown into situations that maybe they weren't anticipating coming in this year.
Yeah, but thinking back over the Millers of past and what I've watched and everything that you've had some great soccer players that also played big time basketball for you, and as basically role players. I mean, they didn't have to score a lot, but what comes to mind me is Corey Kane.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and really Cassidy Kane, but you know, the Canes all were really good soccer players, and you know, Corey was a D1 soccer kid who has done great at Murray State, and like I said, for us, she was huge. You can't go back to the sectional championship game and not think of what Corey did defensively in that game, especially in the second half. So yeah, we've had some really you know, great multi-sport athletes, and especially that soccer carryover. And like I said, you know, we see that in McKenna. And like I said, she's a kid too that, like, you know, she'll go from a soccer game and come straight over and play for us. And like I said, you know, she just worked her tail off. Good kid.
Of course, now your junior class, that's where kind of the injury bugs hit too.
I mean, right? We've had a lot of injuries. Our juniors are great kids, and yeah, unfortunately for us, it's been like I said, you know, losing Devin. She didn't even get on the floor this year in a game prior, you know, to her injury happening. And then Kaylin Ely, like I said, she was doing a great job. She had stepped in and really, she was starting for us, playing really well. And then, like I said, obviously got injured in that Greenfield game. And again, she's just a tough kid. Honest to goodness, what's amazing about that is she thought she was okay and wanted to get back in, and you know, literally she was in there for a few minutes and then was like, I'm not sure. I go in at halftime and she is in a full squat, you know, just like trying to get herself back in that game. And like I said, you know, it's like, I think we better get this looked at first. So, but again, that's just her. I mean, literally just trying to play through a horrific injury. But she's a good kid, and just really, she and Devin have done a great job of staying involved as leaders. You know, I tell them all the time, like, I'll watch game film and watch them. I mean, they're going crazy. At the Greenfield game, they're both injured. Kaylin had just gotten injured, and literally they had to stop the game and tell those two to sit down. They were too loud, you know, and it's just, they're that great teammate. And then, you know, we've got our healthy kids in Sarah Etchison. She's done a great job shooting for us. Again, a kid that can really, like I said, just get on a roll and knock down shots. And Abby Haley, starting point guard. She's that kind of that kid that's just your engine. Like I said, she high motor kid that's going to do a lot of things for you that don't even show up in the stat column necessarily, but just she'll chase, you know, your kid around in a box and one and do a great job. And she leads our team in assists, and like I said, you know, doing just so many good things for us on that. And like I said, you know, overall, we just have so many good things that are happening. Like I said, with our juniors, and Anna's done a nice job of just, like I said, coming in and just being that kid that can defend in the post. She's a little undersized. She didn't have her sister's 6'3" height, but plays big, and like I said, just doing a nice job for us in the paint. So like I said, I mean, they're a great group of kids, and like I said, we're just working to get better every day.
Well, that's good, Coach. Well, you know, as we talked before we went on the air, we will be broadcasting that game, and that's a 1:30 game
Yes.
here at the Mill. So it's kind of unusual for us at home playing at 1:30, but it gives you that kind of that prep come tournament time if need be. You know, that's kind of a regional type thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are kind of things you like to look forward to, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Anytime you can play a game like that, and like I said, it helps you for tournament time. I think those are important.
Now, how does it affect the players? Because I know that it's very important with you to stay in the routine and stay in the, when you switch up like that 1:30, is that a big deal? Or
You know, it doesn't really rattle them. We literally, I mean, we could play on the road on Friday night, get home late. We practice at 8 o'clock every Saturday. So, I mean, they're used to being up and getting around. We go 8 to 10. It does not matter. Like, we are going to do that. So that, like I said, I have no doubt they'll be up and ready to go. And sometimes you worry about that. Kids sleep until, 11 or 12 o'clock, roll out of bed and show up for the game and just be out of it. But like I said, that's not really how our kids are. They're really good about getting up and taking care of what they need to do and being ready to go when it's time to go.
sounds good, Coach. Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. I know that in the semester about to end here too, so you got finals coming up.
Yeah, finals next week.
And then the holidays, which basketball coaches don't get Christmas holidays much.
You know, I mean,
it's just another day, right? Yeah, this is your holiday in here.
It is. Kids did this for me. It was really cool. They do the 12 days of Christmas for the coaching staff. So this was day one. They decorated the office. So enjoying the Christmas lights, and like I said,
Well, that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you taking time
Thanks,
to
Barry.
talk to me. Thanks.